I'm sorry. Like, what the hell is going on right here? What is going on? If you guys have not been just looking at the cesspit that is Twitter all day, like, instead of responding or saying anything, I've just been listening to Sheryl Swoopes in a space with people that no matter what she said, Sheryl Swoopes could probably say Caitlin Clark is the devil and would still be getting celebrated in this space. But like seeing her basically just ramble and then looking at like Legend of Winning freaking low is having another space where he's just going in on Sheryl Swoopes. And like the reason why I have a picture of this Caitlin Clark's player of the week is this is all about a 22-year-old who's just like who's like has no, not that she has no idea what's going on. She probably has no idea what's going on. And that's my favorite part about all this. My favorite part about this entire discourse. And it's like, look, with this whole situation, I've always said this, is that for me, it's always just purely been basketball. And any of the non-basketball things to do with this entire thing, I've never understood. I am a 28-year-old from Ireland. I have never lived anywhere outside of the north side of Dublin in my entire life. Like, I have no idea what is going on. But it is mental. It's mental. It's like Sheryl Swoopes, from what I've seen, from one of the clips that I saw. Again, I'm willing to say that this might be out of context. That there might be context that I am missing. I am not like fully saying this, but this is from what I have gathered. And again, this is something that you could make, like, probably should be a more research video, and there will be more research videos in this entire thing. This is just like a quick, like, what the hell is going on? Me confusing, like, letting my thoughts out in a freaking video. Like, I am by no means trying to be the judge, jury, or executioner in any of these situations, but it seemed like Sheryl Swoopes essentially or alluded to the fact that she didn't talk about Caitlin Clark as like out of spite for her fans. But one thing I do want to say is that Sheryl Swoopes did. This is not like she didn't allude to anything. She literally said in her own words, I'm paraphrasing, but I have nothing against Caitlin Clark, it's her fans. So it does seem like, because obviously this all started in 2023 when Caitlin Clark played one extra game in the NCAA tournament to break Sheryl Swoopes' record, and she went on she basically went on a rant about how Caitlin Clark didn't actually break her record, she played more games. This all started in 2023. And then obviously in January of this year, she then lied a bunch of times, and then 2 weeks later apologized privately to Caitlin Clark after getting called out for it. It wasn't like the next day or anything. It wasn't immediately after the stream. But like, it does appear that, so Caitlin Clark fans were not going at her before she lied about Caitlin Clark a bunch of times, and then she seemingly has held a grudge about Caitlin Clark. But then I'm like listening to Lowe's stream, Lowe having, and this is my favorite thing. My favorite thing about all this is like, it is a bunch of people. Like, there's two spaces on Twitter right now. One of them is Sheryl Swoopes is in it, with a bunch of people that Sheryl Swoopes could literally proclaim Caitlin Clark to be the Antichrist and they'll still agree with her. And in the other space, it's just people that don't like Sheryl Swoopes, and you could say Sheryl Swoopes is the Antichrist and they would believe them. And it's my favorite thing about all of this internet nonsense is you've got like, this is how an argument works on the internet. One side says their piece into people that only want to hear them, and the other side says their piece to people that only want to hear them, and in the end, nothing gets solved. Nothing gets solved. But it's mental. It is absolutely mental, this whole scenario, because, again, like, another thing I've heard from the space is Sheryl Swoopes, like, not confirming, but like, being 100% set on that the call with her and Nancy Lieberman never happened. If that call never happened and it's provable, Sheryl Swoopes might get one up. But if Nancy Lieberman can just scroll through the calls in her phone and show it, it's over. It's over. But yeah, like, the Shannon Sharp is trying to get Sheryl Swoopes on his show, and I don't know. I don't know what is going on right now, but it's all over her. And like, people in the spaces demanding Caitlin Clark needs to come out and talk about this. Why? She's just playing basketball. That is of all takes, of every single take with this thing, the take that Caitlin Clark needs to say anything is the dumbest. Like, that is the worst take. She is a 22-year-old who has done nothing but win Player of the Week 2 weeks in a row. She has done nothing but be positive for her teammates. And the funniest part about all this is, like, people are out there saying, oh, but, like, see, like, everything's going mad. Like, everyone's going mental on Twitter right now. And the Indiana Fever today, I mean, they had a Cheez-It person at practice. I'm not joking. Like, everything's going berserk on Twitter, and this is my favorite part about it all, is that the Indiana Fever just had a Cheez-It practice. They had a giant Cheez-It at their practice. And they also, I think Lynn Dunn was saying they also had, they have somebody at their practice? But it's, all this is going on. And you got a damn Cheez-It. Like, this is all over a player and a team and everything. And we're just there, and the team are practicing with boxes of Cheez-Its. And they also had a former Secretary of State at their practice as well today. Well, who's the starting five? Okay, so it's the normal starters. The normal starters. Katie Lou coming off the bench. We're all good. Normal starters. But that's my favorite part about all this, is that everyone's crashing out, by the way. Like, look. I'm listening to Lowe and others just completely crash out on their space. I'm listening to people crash out in Sheryl Swoopes'. Like, and then I'm watching it all just about a 22-year-old playing for the Indiana Fever who just won Player of the Week, and a team who everyone, one of the biggest things is like, oh, these teammates, like the fans, look what they've done to their teammates. And unfortunately, Twitter trolls, like, if you give them attention, they will keep going and keep getting worse and worse, and it's what people don't really understand. But we're now looking just at a team that are there happy out in practice with boxes of Cheez-Its. Like, everyone's going mad about like, oh, it is one of the funniest things. And it's like, it is, my biggest thing is like, Twitter is not reality. And I think, again, this is where, when you are Sheryl Swoopes, it's like, all you have to do is just delete the Twitter app from your phone for a week. I'm telling you. Delete the Twitter app from your phone and you will be fine. Like, it wasn't nearly this bad. Just delete the Twitter app from your phone. Even if you say whatever the hell you want in your podcast. You could say whatever you want about Caitlin Clark in your podcast. If you delete the Twitter app from your phone, you're fine. That is the one piece of advice to Sheryl Swoopes right now. Delete the Twitter app, please. Please, because, like, there are certain situations where Swoopes was objectively wrong. A lot of situations where people have gone in way too hard at her. Some of the abuse she's received, no one should ever have to read that about themselves. That's 100% true. Some of the abuse the trolls have given to people under the pretenses of being Caitlin fans, when in reality they're not. They're just trolls looking for attention, is awful. And as someone who is been on social media and has read some of the worst things ever said about myself, like about me, I had to read them. It's horrible to read. But sometimes you got to realize these aren't people. These aren't real people. And my favorite part about this all is Sheryl Swoopes alluding to the fact that what Stephen A. Smith says, even though she's going to take out or go mad at Stephen A. Smith, but it seems like the exact point Stephen A. Smith was making might actually be true. The funniest part of it all. Either way, this has been one of the most entertaining days on Twitter. Like, it's been fun. It's been funny to watch this. And man, I don't even know what to say. I don't even know what to say anymore. But anyway, yeah, that's the video. Thank you guys for watching. Will I talk about this anymore? Maybe. Maybe not. But, like, the fact is that this is all crashing out. And this is my biggest thing with this, is that none of this is about Caitlin Clark. And I stand by this. None of this is about Caitlin Clark, because all Caitlin Clark is doing is, again, hooping. That's all she's doing. I don't think any of this ridiculous stuff is actually about her. But anyway, that's the video. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, and subscribe.